Hi, today I am very excited to show one of the projects that I've done in recent times, which is LawyerGPT. The main objective of LawyerGPT is to be an assistant for a lawyer with regards to many things, like it can be a reminder of some sections in the IPC. It can be a reminder of various possibility of solving the case, and so on and so forth. But though the algorithm that I've built right now is not in that advanced stage of being a proper assistant, but rather I can say this version 1 of LawyerGPT is more, it can understand the legal language, it can understand the legal terms that have been actually asked, and can give an appropriate answer. So let's first see some of the use cases, how LawyerGPT is actually solving the problem. I would take one of the questions from a web portal and then copy paste that question in my chatbot, and then see how the model is actually giving. Yeah, so we got the answer. Over here it has been said, like you can complain against the fabricator for cheating and breach of trust, and also you can complain for breach of contract. So if we actually see the answers over here also, in a for breach of trust, cheating, and case of fraud, you can actually file a case or a complaint is what been suggested by the advocates as well. So I can say that to a certain extent the LawyerGPT could able to understand what has been said in the problem. So that's one of the good thing. Now let's see the other another complaint. I have actually took out another question from another portal and try posting it. This woman has actually mentioned that she took a divorce from her first husband and has a 12-year-old child, and now marrying another person. And how is that with a girl? How is she can be given to a new husband, and then if she gets the name and all details. Let's see how is that been answered. So it has been actually said that you can that she can actually file an adoption, adoption of the child petition in the court for the daughter, and which is also something similar which has been said here, that they can actually adopt, but then if the child possesses the name of the biological father is not something which has been written. That is something which has been missing in this scenario. Now let us see another last question from another portal regarding a real estate problem, as in the real estate, the lease has been expired, but still the person is not leaving the place. Okay, I've already run this particular query, so I got a ready-made answer which has been stored in the cache. So which is this has actually said that the tenant can actually he can actually file a case for injunction and lease deed, so on and so forth. I have no idea what does this been saying about. I'm not into the legal field, but if I'm actually getting back to the answers over here and then verifying if this particular thing is something similar to what the answers been given by the advocates, I can say yes, this is to a certain extent which has been said by the advocates as well. So in this way, when I'm actually seeing if the answers have been validated by the advocates, I could see that they are to a certain extent, the LawyerGPT could able to understand what has been the legal terminology, and also to a certain extent give the answer appropriate to the questions which has been asked. Now coming back to how did I actually build this particular model. I would show some of the bits and pieces of it. I have actually considered Falcon 7B as the base model. Definitely Falcon 40B or like any other higher parameter model would actually do better than this. I have fine-tuned it. So while fine-tuning, what I've noticed is, though I've used some of the open source codes, there were many like hyperparameter tunings and data augmentation techniques that I've actually used while fine-tuning, which decreased my loss and increased my accuracies to a large extent. That is something that I've actually noticed while fine-tuning my data. And once I've actually fine-tuned my data, I have actually used, for this interface of chat and all, I have actually used Chainlit app, and then could able to give my model to the Chainlit app such that it would actually give the question, and then it would actually take the question and answer me the answers. This is what I've actually done to create this particular this similar model. Now for running this on the server, I have actually used runpod. My pod that I'm actually using is RTX A4000, because I need be using something like a 16 GB RAM and then 8 GB around GPU RAM. For that I've actually used RTX A4000 and then deployed on the runpod server, which is running in this particular IP, which I wouldn't actually continue running for a long time. But then this is how I've actually created the LawyerGPT. Now coming back to the advancements which I'm thinking with respect to the LawyerGPT is, as I mentioned, this is the first version that I've created, just the fine-tuning version of it. But then I can actually pre-train it from the scratch with the law data. I mean the Indian legal, IPC data completely. I can actually do pre-training. Post that, I can actually develop the knowledge graph and then integrate the knowledge graph such that the hallucinations, the problem of hallucinations, it can actually say wrong sometimes, that would actually go away. That is the future steps which I'm already doing, and then might actually release once I'm actually done. And apart from the LawyerGPT, I'm also working on some of the other projects which I keep posting, and then please give me the feedback of all the work that I'm actually doing. Thank you very much.